Hi there. You weren't expecting me today, right? Because this is like a totally different background. Well, I have been bored in my office, and so I did a little rearranging. So it's still me, still Beckie Belote. It's Tip Tuesday, just a little later in the day because I had to rearrange. All right. Actually, that's not why. I just did it a second ago. Today what I'm going to talk about, back to this cool tag maker. So I am really starting to like, I've already been liking it, but I've had some people say, oh, well, I have y'all's other tag maker and, you know, I don't really need this one. And I think it's different and I think it does some really cool things. So I'm going to show you something that's really pretty. If you want to try it with your other tag maker, if you don't have this little jewel yet, go ahead and try it and see if you like yours as well. So, let me show you what I'm going to show you first, what we're going to do. So let me change this up. I hope everybody's doing good. The weather today is the last day of summer, someone told me today. So I'm not sure if that's going to change our life at all. But it is the last day of summer, and there's a little bit of a chill to the air. Well, a little bit. Just a little bit. And today my lighting's not all that good. Do you know why? Because my next door neighbor, who is my chief light bulb changer, he has not changed my light bulbs in my office. It's kind of high in here, so the light bulbs are high. So anyways, all right, so what I'm pointing out here, let me give you some light. I have used, I don't know if you've checked out the Full Moon collection yet. Super pretty for the fall and for Halloween. So this piece of paper here, you see this little print here. It was a black on black. I just folded the corner back here. I used my mat to make sure I was folding the same amount on each one to make it absolutely perfect. But again, that's not what I'm showing you. What I am showing you is this groovy cool border here. Isn't that so pretty? Thought you would like that. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. So I'm going to put Full Moon aside. So this is the Full Moon line, and it's super pretty. But today I am going to use, I have a piece of paper from Sparks of Magic, and I have a piece of paper from Emerald Gemstone. So two different lines, and you're going to see why I'm doing that right now. And what I want you to do, our tag, it works with pieces of paper that are different measurements. So it will work well with a 1 inch, a 2 inch, or a 2.5 inch strip. So if you forget what I said, no worries, it will tell you. So to get this look right here, I need a 2.5, and we want that look for what we're getting ready to do. I also am going to save time by cutting 2.5 strips on 2 pieces of paper at the same time. So I'm going to put them together. And I am going to line it up to the 2.5 inch. I think I'm going to put my small one on top. Oh, you're seeing what the other side looks like. The other side on top. Okay, so I got what I wanted there. 2 strips that are the same width. And this little tray here, it's designed for these pieces of paper to just fall nicely into the tray. So the first thing you're going to do is stack them just to save time. You're going to throw it in there so that both strips are all the way in so that you can see the bottoms are nice and lined up. And we're going to punch. Then what we're going to do is throw this in your trimmer so that they're together. Line them up at the 2 inch. 2 inch. And cut. All right, and put that aside. And I'm going to do that again. Put them in. Cut. Line it up. If one of these comes out, just pull it off. It means I didn't put it in quite square. So I'm going to throw it at the 2 inch. Throw it aside. Do it again. Two inch. Make sure they're lined up. This is, again, some of you out there are thinking to yourself, I could do better than this because I could speed up the video so that we didn't have to watch her do this over and over again. And I say to you that we are hiring. And we would love to have you join us. Reach out to your advisor, or if you don't have one, I would love to sponsor you and help get you going. I have a great, great team of ladies. Would love to have you join us. We have a ton of fun together. All right, so anyways, but for those of you that aren't very talented like me, you can also do this business. All right, so that's about it. So these strips are going to be useful in a second, so I'm going to put them there. Then what we're going to do, you can do about 3 of these at a time. If it's not cardstock, these are designer prints, these pieces of paper. So they're thinner. If yours is thicker, you could do probably 2 pieces of cardstock, not 3. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm using repositionable tape. Why? Because this is a temporary stick. What I want is to layer them on top of one another 3 at a time so that I can do this a little bit faster. It's most important that the bottoms match. More important that the bottom part matches than the notch at the top. Ideally, they're exactly the same size. But if you're imperfect like I am, as long as you make sure that the bottoms are matching as well as you can, that's good. So I'm just going to do 3. Now, what I want to do, guys, I want to punch the other side, but this is too small. I'm not going to be able to do that well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of these little leftover strips, put a little bit of adhesive on it, and I'm going to stick it to the side that has the notch on it, okay? And I'm going to do it so that it's kind of centered, all right? Then I'm going to put it in, and now it's kind of like a handle, and it can reach in there. Now, when you do it, you also want to kind of eyeball the little grooves. Make sure it looks like it's right smack in the middle, okay? And so, I just did 3 at a time. And so, when you pull it out, you can rub off your repo and separate them, or you can rub it off later. It doesn't matter. But that's 3. I'm going to do a couple more to give you an idea. In case you yawned and you missed that, you can see it one more time. You want to cut as many as you need. See, this one totally didn't match up. So that means I really was off on that one. And I will say you don't need all of these. So if you have a couple that you think are kind of ugly that don't fit the bill, these probably will look just fine. So I'm going to carry on to show you that even if you're not perfect. And where do you put this little strip? You put it on this end. It was repo. It still has repo on it. I don't need to reapply. All right. So this is repositionable tape runner. If you've never seen repositionable, they are green inside. They fit in the same cartridge as our regular tape runner. So if you've tied our regular tape runner and have never tied a repo, you have no idea how much you're missing out. All right, so I'm going to slide that in again. I'm going to make sure it's nice and centered as well as I can. And mash. And so then I have some more of those. All right. Once you do that, you're going to need about a, let me show you where I lined it up at. I'm going to get a contrasting color. Let's get rid of these scraps. I'm going to use white. And if you line it up on the matte strip, that's a 1/4 inch, and that's going to work nicely. But there's another little groove off to the side. I don't know what it's for, but it's another little groove. And if you take it to that little groove, not the line, but the groove that is outside the matte strip, I like the width of that a lot. Okay, so it's a little bit more than a 1/4 inch thick. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to thread these through. So on this particular one, on the last one, I threaded it through so that the color went over the pieces. This time I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to thread it so it's going under the pieces, like that. And I'm going to alternate colors. If you use a double-sided piece of paper, like this doesn't look all that good together. That's why I picked 2 different colors. But on the full moon one, these were front and back of the same piece of paper. All right, so kind of keep an eye out on that, and then you can alternate colors that way. And then you just slide them on as many as you want, where you want it, doesn't matter. On the Halloween one, remember the leftover scrap? I used the leftover scrap on the Halloween one. So you can see how cute that would be if I did 2 there, 2 over here, and then put like a cute little embellishment in the middle. But that's not what I'm going to do today. What I am going to do today is I thought this, with this color scheme, the red and green, I don't know if you were saying, she's going to do Christmas, she's going to do Christmas. Because I was on, yeah, we're waiting for our new Christmas line right as we speak. And I thought, well, while we're waiting, let's get into the Christmas spirit, even though we haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet. But I wanted to show you how cute that is. So all I did the exact same thing that I just told you. Notice how this is going under all the pieces. And when I saw these colors together, I thought Christmas ornaments. I thought that is going to be the most beautiful Christmas ornament ever with all this ornamentation. And what I did to get the little silver notches, I'm going to show that really fast. I did the 2.5 inch, just like we did before. And what I did with that one is I notched one end. We could have done it exactly the way I did before, but I notched each end. I cut it at the 2 inch on both sides. Probably could have done the same thing with the red and the green. All right, and then I'm gonna stick these together so that I can do 2 at a go, just like you learned. I'm gonna get that, the one that has the repo on it. Remember, you don't have to reapply, it's still there. It's called repositionable because you can keep repositioning over and over again. All right, make sure it's in the middle. Put it in the groove. Make sure it's still in the middle on your, you can see the little line so you can tell whether it's in the middle. We're gonna mash it. And then what I'm gonna do, uh-oh, I didn't put it all the way in. Disaster. Let's see if I can try it, if I can push it a little more in and see if it will fix itself. Sometimes you have to start over. But this time, okay, I think, yeah, it worked. All right, so there we have it. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these guys off. How many are in a stack? 2 are in a stack, and this is cardstock, so I wasn't gonna do 3 this time. But I'm just gonna cut off this pretty end on both sides. And add those to the top of the ornament. I think I cut a little bit more off on this side. I shortchanged. But what I was showing is you do 2 of them, just 2 little ornament looking things, and you get 4 little tops. So it doesn't take long to do the little tops, but let me show you how they look. So if I did one that's normal size, I get this look. If I do one that's short sheeted, it looks like that. But these are 2 different, you know, not all ornaments are the same. Oh, and also what I did is I put it a little higher than it belonged, like up here, to make it even more elongated. All right, is that super cute? And now let me show you this up close. Do you love it? Da, 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 da. All right, so Tip Tuesday is saved. We did have a Tip Tuesday a little bit late in the day, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you will enjoy your tag maker. Again, this was Sparks of Magic paper pack. This was Emerald Gemstone paper pack. This is our Platinum Shimmer paper. So if you look, if you weren't so far away, you could see that shimmering. And then over here, with this very similar look, using our last scrap in the middle with some little pop on each side. So cute. Is the Full Moon line. All right, so that's all I got. I hope y'all have a very nice night. Thanks for watching. Bye.